Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Penny. I am a certified advanced esthetician or a master esthetician in Portland, Oregon. And recently I did a drugstore favorites video, and today is going to be the opposite. We are going to talk about luxury favorites. I have a fantastic grouping of luxe favorites to share with you from amazing brands like Guerlain and Creed and ByTerry, La Prarie. So if you are interested in seeing my luxury favorites, then just stick around. Okay, so I'm gonna start kind of from the beginning. I wanna start with my favorite sunscreen because I've kind of switched up the way I do my sunscreen very recently. These are two that I've used in the past, but I'm kind of changing the way I do this. And these are, one of them's not Luxe, but I use it with a Luxe, so I'm gonna show you. And that is the Aveeno, and that is the Positively Mineral. This is an SPF of 50. And then this is Alastin, this is the Luxe. This is a mineral sunscreen as well, SPF of 36. This one is tinted. What I've been doing, guys, is I have actually been taking my tinted one and I am cocktailing it with my non-tinted one. And of course, this is gonna be a lot less than I would actually use on my face. But the idea is that this tinted one's a little tiny bit too dark. And so when I cocktail them together, I get rid of the white cast that's in that white one. It kind of takes some of that white off and it lightens the dark one. And then I am applying this after I've done my skincare, obviously to my whole face and down my neck. I'm really hitting the sides of my neck and all the way down anywhere that's exposed because I do have poikiloderma on the side of my neck. It's that redness that you can get. It's from sun damage. This helps to correct it color-wise and kind of give me more of an even neck. Because honestly, right now, the neck that you're looking at looks better than it should because I have this on. My neck is kind of red and a little bit mottled from poikiloderma, from sun damage, and this helps with that. But then it also helps with future sun damage. Really enjoying kind of this primer coverage, and it definitely just, it's a little tiny bit of coverage, and it's perfect before foundation. I think it gives a nice even canvas. It's great for the neck. So if you don't want to pull makeup all the way down your neck, which I don't, this will kind of conceal and perfect and make your neck look nice without having to put makeup all the way down your neck. Now, obviously you don't have to use these two, but my suggestion is try out, first of all, physical sunscreen because they give you a little bit more opacity. But if you're lighter than me, some of them are way too dark. So mixing them with the non-tinted physical sunscreen, which are really too white, it can blend and make the perfect kind of color combination all year long. So that is my first favorite. Then on to foundation. My favorite luxury foundation right now, you guys, is by Guerlain, and it's L'Essentiel. I'm probably butchering that name, but this is so beautiful. The downfall of this one is you can't get it in the States yet, but you can definitely order it from Selfridges online, and I will give you a little bit of a tip. Selfridges, you can pay $55 one single time and you get free express shipping for an entire year. And I am telling you, you place an order on, like, say a Saturday and you get your order Tuesday. It is the most amazingly fast shipping. It comes in the most beautiful packaging. I mean, Selfridges is like top notch if you ask me. That is how I've been ordering some of my things from Selfridges because I no longer pay shipping. I paid it that one time. This is such a beautiful foundation. It does come with a pump. It does have a slight fragrance. I have to say that. So if you can't do fragrance in your makeup, then this definitely has it. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I actually really enjoy it. I use one pump and one pump only. If I use more than one pump, I don't like it as much. And it is a 16-hour, they call it a glow foundation. This is the color 2N. It is simply the most beautiful, neutral, light medium shade. I do find, because I am definitely a medium right now, I'm an NC 27 probably at this moment from Self Tan and stuff. It blends beautifully into my skin and I bronze it up. I'm wearing it today with a powder over it that I will share, and I just think it's gorgeous. It definitely looks like skin. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy, and it wears amazingly well. They say 16 hours. I haven't tested that. I know I get an absolutely solid 8 hours out of it, where I will go to work with it on, and when I'm coming home, I still feel like my skin looks good 8 hours later, and I love it. If you guys would like a dedicated like review and wear test, I would be happy to do that on this one, because it's definitely a gem from Guerlain. Okay, so let's move on to bronzer. I have a couple that I want to share. One of them I pulled out of my collection. I pulled all my bronzers out because I want to do a top 10 bronzer video. And the one that I've been using the most is by ByTerry. I've chosen between one of these two. These have been in my collection for a long time. I have repurchased one of them. I've repurchased this one, Light and Tan Vibes. So this is the second one I have of this color, right? So this one is Light and Tan Vibes. I love this one so much because this has a tiny bit of a shimmer in it. These two are the most beautiful velvet matte shades. And then these three are pigmented shimmers. I mean, super pigmented. That is what I have on for my bronzer and my highlight. I do have one other product on that I'm going to share with you guys, but this is primarily what I have on for bronzer and highlight. And the colors are just so beautiful. I mean, ByTerry, if you've ever had any ByTerry, you know, she just does an amazing, amazing job. And these are no exception. Oh, I got a little pink in that one, but you kind of can see. Hopefully you can see. I mean, they're really, really pigmented. This one is super pigmented, so much so that I actually have to be kind of careful when I swirl this all together. So what I do is I take a brush, which is also one of my favorites from Suqqu. I will show you that in a minute. And I try to tap into the colors that I really want, because this one is so pigmented. But I think that that's great for some people. What I love about this too, you guys, is that these can be worn as eyeshadows. I mean, this is just a really fantastic palette at actually a really great price point for Luxe, because of everything that you get, all of the options that you have. Now this one is Happy Sun. I love this. It's just a different tone. I think this is the most beautiful color, and coral, just gorgeous. And then these highlights are to die for. I mean, honestly, they're just beautiful colors. I mean, that is like the sandiest, most beautiful color. And then over here, we've got, this one's very terracotta and, you know, just warmer, but oh my gosh, coral, terracotta, beautifulness. I mean, it's called Happy Sun for a reason. So if you've never tried these from ByTerry, seriously, these are fantastic adds to a collection. I fell in love with a powder, and that is not normal for me. I actually am not much of a powder person, but I kind of went down the powder rabbit hole. I've picked up several powder foundations, and I picked up this loose powder from Prarie. This is their new Skin Caviar loose powder. And I talked about the pressed powder from Skin Caviar in my hits and misses video, and it was actually a miss because of the fragrance. I loved the powder itself, but it just, that fragrance was overwhelming. This has the same fragrance, but it seems to be a little bit more tolerable. It doesn't bother my eyes, and it dissipates. It seems to go away much more quickly than that pressed powder. And this powder leaves you looking airbrushed. I mean, genuinely airbrushed. And I do not feel with my dry, dehydrated skin that it exacerbates that situation at all. It is absolutely beautiful. This is 1.41 ounces, and it's probably going to last me like 8 years. Something that's super cool about this powder is that you get a travel size as well. I mean, this is actually purse size, more than travel size. So that's really nice that you actually get a second one for your purse. The other thing that I like about this little guy is that it does have the holes that you can open and close. And honestly, this is the only one that I've used so far. I haven't even gotten into this yet because I'm like, I'll just use this and then I'll keep refilling it. But I love it. I kept the puff, which I really haven't used. It's just gotten set back in there. I do use a brush with this, but I actually really like that puff. I think in a pinch, or, you know, just if you were out and about and you didn't want to carry a brush with you, it'd be perfect for just touching up T-zone and that kind of stuff. Really beautiful powder. So as far as blush is concerned, I have been using this one from Chantecaille. This is in the color Gladiola. And I just think it is the most precious, cool pink pop of color. Now that's really heavy swatch, obviously. It's got a cooling effect to it. And you want to put it on and you want to tap it out quickly so that you kind of get the wash of color that you want, because it does set. Now, I've been wearing it that way on my cheeks. I do have it on under there today, under my ByTerry. But the other way that I've been doing it, you guys, is I've been taking my Westman Atelier. I pulled this back out. I'm trying to get through some of that Westman Atelier. It is called Lit Up. This is a balm highlighter, and it does have kind of an iridescent shift. Let's see if I can show you guys. So you can see right there. You can see that little bit of iridescent shift. I've been putting this down, and because that Chantecaille is kind of, it sets. I've been putting the Chantecaille over that lit. I am so not ambidextrous, geez. And what happens is it kind of gives it a little more hydration, a little more dewiness, but the shift in the Westman Atelier really leans into that Chantecaille. It's like a really, it bumps up the Lit Up. So if you own that Lit Up and you've got this Chantecaille, try that out. It changes it. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. This is a little bit drier, more like a wash of color, like watercolor. And this is more hydrated and highlighty and dewy and juicy. It's just really fun. I've been having so much fun playing around with those. And in the summertime, I really like cream products. I really like to look dewy and hydrated, that kind of stuff. So I've been enjoying that combo very much. Now for eyeshadow, you guys, I have literally been loving, and I'm wearing it today, this palette from Guerlain. And it is called, it's number 2 Tonka Imperial. This is their 5 Coutures palette, and it is simply gorgeous. This is an all over shade here. It's just this beautiful, it almost has a little tiny bit of a cool shift to it. This shade is a shimmering kind of sandy shade that is just, it's taupey, it's beautiful. This shade is gorgeousness. It is just the most beautiful, buttery, matte brown that looks like velvet on your eyes. And then these two, this is super shimmery and this one is a dark matte. Perfect to make an eyeliner, or what I've been doing is I have been using that on top in my crease after I've used the rest of them, just to give it a little bit more depth. It's what I have on today. What I did today is I put that all over my lid. Then I went with this kind of rustier brown, kind of a warmer brown, and I just went all over my lid again, because you guys know that I'm not a makeup artist. And then I took this lighter color and I put that in the transition area to kind of blow out this color. Then I went in with just this dark color and deepened that crease just a tiny, tiny bit. On the underneath my lower lash line, I took this lighter color first, and then I took this darker color so that I got a little bit of definition, but it didn't look too harsh. I love this. I love this so much, and I think that this is my first Guerlain eyeshadow. If I remember, I can't think if I have any other Guerlain eyeshadows, but super impressed. And I know that there's many other color stories, so now, of course, I'm going to go back and check them out. But if you've never used any Guerlain eyeshadow, definitely impressed. And I really like the size of this. I know it's kind of old school looking. I mean, this reminds me of like a Lancome palette, but the fact that it's that size is just very makeup bag friendly, very purse friendly, travel friendly, that kind of stuff. And every single color in there is completely usable. I think I've shared this before. I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago. It's by Iconic London, and it is like an ink pad cushion for your eyebrows. Now, it comes with this little brush, which I kind of wrote off at first, that folds, right? This is a folding brush. This little angled side, guys, is perfect. It is perfect. I'm using it with the dark brown, not the dark brown, but the dark brown over here. I stamp it in and I use the pointed end and I put hairs in. Now today, for example, that's all I did. I didn't do anything on top of that. Some days I do go in with my Grande Brow and I set it and I kind of flick up the hair and I fluff it up and I do that kind of stuff, and I love that too. But I am really enjoying this. It makes it super easy. That is so pointy and stiff that I feel like you can actually draw little hairs. And I cannot emphasize enough, I am not that great at doing my own brows, and this is really easy. It's easy for me. It's fast. This is in the shade medium. And yeah, I am loving that very much. A couple brushes that I've picked up that I'm really enjoying are by the brand Suqqu. And the first one is a blender brush. This is an eyeshadow brush. And I'm just finding the actual length of it. It's not huge. It's just user friendly, you guys. It's perfectly dense and perfectly rounded. It's not too big, but it's not too tiny. The bristles are super soft and it just gets in there and does a perfect job of blending out the eyeshadow. I don't know. And I have a ton of brushes, but I am not a brush aficionado, but I definitely know when I get one that is really good. And this one is just, it's beautiful. It's just so soft and it does the job so well. And I definitely feel like it just blows everything out perfectly. The other one is a blush brush. Now, here's the deal. When this arrived, I was kind of like, that's tiny. Actually, it's perfect because it's smaller than any other blush brush that I have. And because of that, I can use it perfectly with palettes like this. So it's so small that it actually can go right on into one of those colors without getting into everything. There's a lot more control. So I can just go in and then, I don't know, it just is perfect for control. And can you see how soft that is? It's so luxurious. I really enjoy this blush brush for the size and the way that it feels. It's perfect for the palettes that I have and perfect for control and getting just what you want onto your cheeks. I'm really enjoying it very much. Now, let's move on to perfume. I don't normally share perfume, but I really wanted to share kind of my current favorites right now because I found some of these by watching YouTube, and I'm so glad that somebody mentioned it on YouTube. The first is kind of a scent, and it's violets. So I have two that are kind of a violet base and basically smell like violet candy. So if you are somebody that has been searching for, you know, a perfume that smells like violets, these two are amazing. And the first one is Insolence by Guerlain. My husband actually bought this for me when we were in Colombia, and it literally smells like meteorites from Guerlain, straight up, and it stays like that. So if you like that smell, it smells like violet candy. I adore it. It does soften up a little bit as you wear it, of course, but it stays very true to that violet scent. The other one is also violet, and it is by Creed, and it is Love in Black. Now, if you like violet, you can actually, Nordstrom has Creed, and if you live near Nordstrom, and I believe Neiman Marcus has Creed, you can go in and smell it. Love in Black is also violet. It's a little bit smokier than the Guerlain, or it has more of like a powderiness to it. But man, if you like violets, those are two that are just beautiful. Now, the other perfume that I have been pulling a lot this summer is I bought this set from Byredo back, geez, I think a Nordstrom sale, like a long time ago, maybe 6 months ago. And I got the one with Bal de Freak, Blanc, and Gypsy Water. And the one that I have been wearing a ton is the Blanc. And the deal with this one is that it reminds me very much of those perfumes that are called clean, like Fresh Laundry, that kind of thing, only more sophisticated, a little bit more grown up and softer. It definitely has almost like a green grass scent to it. It's just perfect summer white fragrance. I mean, the name is absolutely appropriate, Blanc. It literally smells clean and fresh and soft and subdued. So if you've never tried these Byredo, I really do suggest these little trios. I think this was like $110, but you get to try 3. And if you're somebody like me, I have a huge perfume collection. Honestly, the littler sizes are not that bad because then I might actually get through them because I can't wear perfume to work. So when I don't work is when I get to enjoy my perfume. And so I really like these little sets because I will probably go through them. Now, the Bal de Freak is a kind of vetiver fragrance. It's very beautiful as well. And the Gypsy Water is pretty too. But out of these 3, this Blanc is it's just perfect for summer. The last perfume item, and that is by Jo Malone. You guys know that I shared the Orange Blossom. I got the hair mist and I got the cologne at the Sephora sale. They do still have the cologne. It's just no longer in this pretty peachy little bottle, but they definitely do still have it. I actually got one for my mother-in-law for Mother's Day. And at the same time, I picked up the cream in Orange Blossom. If you're somebody who likes to use body cream, this Orange Blossom body cream is absolutely glorious, you guys. It's so pretty, it's so hydrating, it's not sticky at all, and it's perfect for layering under those other Orange Blossom scents. Actually, this is great to layer under lots of different fragrances. It's so subtle and beautiful, but if you like Orange Blossom, I highly recommend the cream from Jo Malone. I'm really, really enjoying that. There are definitely hot days when I just put on the lotion, I let it soak in, and that's all I wear, maybe with the hair mist, just so that I'm not too overpowering, but it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, lips. I told you guys this was gonna be long. I have so many favorites in the Luxe department. These are definitely my favorite Luxe lips that have come out in a long time, and they are by Hourglass. These are the Unreal glosses. I have 4 shades. I have to temper myself not to go back and buy like every single color because they're so beautiful, even the brights. I am somebody who wears a lot of nude and I like that, but man, these you can totally wear the bright. They're juicy and they're not sticky. They are very opaque, very, very wearable. You can pat them out and make them look more like a stain, or you can go high shine, pure vinyl. So this color I've worn in lots of videos, you guys. It's called Horizon. That's this one. And I've had people ask me what color it is. And yeah, it has this kind of flat doe foot. It's really great. It's kind of cut out in the middle, so it has a lot of products, so you don't have to keep dipping back in. But look at that color. I mean, it's really, really pretty. And I'm telling you, I am not somebody who wears a lot of bright color, and I love these. This one is Prose. This is kind of a Your Lips But Better. It does have a little bit of brightness, but it's a very, very wearable pink shade. It's so pretty on the lips. And then the next one is Canvas, and this is definitely a little bit darker, and it is a Your Lips But Better. It's got a little bit of that mauvey brown undertone. Oh my gosh, I mean, just look at the opacity of those. They're Hourglass hit it out of the park with these. This is the one I'm wearing today, and I know that this is probably light for a lot of people, and a lot of times what I'll do is I will wear a lip liner with this, or I wear this as a topper. I just threw it on today. I don't know how that happened, but it's a very light, cool tone pink. Let's see if I can not get my... So if you like those light, cool tone pinks and you wear them kind of like nudes, this one is beautiful. That's the only thing I have on my lips today, and I love it. So on to some hair products. I just have a shampoo and conditioner that I really wanted to share. Recently, I took out my hair extensions probably a month ago or so, and I'm actually really considering cutting it into a long bob. I just haven't taken the plunge yet. But I went out and got some different shampoo and conditioner because my hair definitely needs different things when I don't have all that extra hair in my head. I kind of want a little bit more volume, but I still need hydration. I still need smoothing because I have, you know, this blonde highlighted hair. So I picked up the hydrating shampoo and conditioner from Verb, and these are excellent shampoo and conditioner. If you have normal to color treated hair that needs hydration, that needs some smoothing, that is in a decent price point. These are really well priced, and the scent is glorious. I mean, it is just the perfect, clean fragrance. Frankly, it reminds me quite a bit of that Blanc perfume from Byredo. It's just a really clean fragrance, but it's a beautiful shampoo that leaves me perfectly clean, hydrated, smoothed, but not weighed down because I kind of feel bald from taking out those extensions. But it does everything that I want it to do for my hair, as far as, you know, taking out the frizz and detangling and all of that stuff. Like I said, the price point is really fantastic for these Verb products. I'm really interested in checking out more from this line. I've heard so many people talk about it, and I kind of was disinterested because I don't think this would have been enough hydration for my extensions, but it is perfect for my regular hair alone. So I've definitely been loving that so much. Those are all of my luxury favorites. I want to know what you guys are loving right now. I also really want to know if you would be interested in kind of a brand overview of Suqqu or Guerlain. I have so many things from those two brands, but I know that like Suqqu isn't available in the States. And so I'm just curious to those of you who live here in the United States, if you would still be interested in seeing my Suqqu collection, kind of my favorites, and hearing about the things that I love from Suqqu, because I love a ton of things from that brand, but I want to make sure you guys actually want to see that. So let me know about that in the comments down below. I hope you guys are having the most amazing week. I hope that you will join me in my next skincare video. Please tap the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next skincare video.